Previously, we took a look at this camera, the C2 from Foscam. Today, I thought we'd take a look at the FI9900P. The other one was more of an indoor mountable camera. This is the outdoor 1080p camera. So you should be able to mount it in your garage or outside your home somewhere. It supports wireless in. It's got HDR mode, so you can definitely see lots of dynamic range, motion detection, and you can get email information from it. Magic zoom, just like the previous model, and easy link to make it up and going very, very quickly. There you go. You've got that same set of information as you had on the C2. On the back, you can see all the information about it. 1080p display resolution, has an RCA interface for two-way audio if you want to use that. 30 IR LED night vision range up to 20 meters. Very nice there. It also does motion detection, and it can trigger an alarm. Upon motion detection, it's going to email and upload photos to an FTP server. So if you have one of those, that's definitely handy. And you get the free app and cloud access if you want to use that as well. Let's open it up and see what comes in the box. Falling out of the bottom here, I saw a quick installation guide for a couple of different models. I see a full-size CD, which again, very rare to see an included CD anymore, with software and a user manual. And inside of this user guide, of course, you've got your hardware description, your information, how to set everything up. There's an included warranty card, security warning information, and a little sticker you can stick up that says video surveillance is in progress. So if you wanted to inform your potential visitors or intruders that they're being recorded, that would be a good way to do it. Down inside of the package, I see some more included wall anchors and screws, as well as a Allen wrench. That's probably to tighten all of this up. I see an included Ethernet cable. Doesn't look like it's terribly long, but it might get the job done. I see the power brick, and this is going to be a significant problem because this is the European adapter and I am not in Europe. I do have adapters though, so I can always plug this in, but I'd really rather have the US adapter. I may have to reach out to Foscam and see if they can ship one of those out to me. Here we have a neat little Wi-Fi antenna, which will go on the last thing in the package, the camera. See right here on the back of it, it does have this little section where you can plug it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw that in there. Just screws on just like your router antenna if you have one of those. Very easy to do. And then it swivels a little bit so you can sort of put it in whatever direction you need it to be. But this is very sturdy, very well built, solid metal. You have your plugs that come out here in the back. So this is going to be more of a permanent fixture, a permanent installation kind of thing. You do have a little area here, a little notch in the metal that you can run the cables out through, but you'd be fixing this to the wall because this, I mean, it does have some foam padding, but it's not going to obviously sit on a table like this or anything. You could, I suppose, mount it on a table like this in your garage and point it. But really the sort of a point of it, the reason behind this is that you're supposed to mount it to the wall and then point it in whatever direction you want. Now I should mention, it looks like it only does a 90-degree tilt. It has a hard stop right there, and then it goes down as far as that, and that's as much rotation as you're gonna get. And it does appear that it is directional, so top and bottom. Down here on the bottom, you have some information about it, your serial number and your QR code and username and password information. And as far as the cables that are attached to it, there's your Ethernet cable, you've got some RCA cables, a power cable, and what appears to be a little reset button, I guess in case you wanted to do a full reset on it. So at this point, I probably ought to try to go ahead and hook this up with an adapter and see if I can get it working. So next up, to set up this outdoor camera, you've got to have the Foscam app on your phone. I've gone ahead and set this up on my phone. You've got to have an email address and a password, and then confirm your email address, and then you sign in. But basically, once you're inside the app, you hit the plus button. It shows here, hit the QR code to scan the actual camera and get it into your app. Here on the bottom, you do have the QR code, so I should just be able to scan that. There you go. Do make sure that it is plugged in. If you're planning to use this on Wi-Fi, do not plug it into the Ethernet port. See here, I do have everything plugged in. It does have lights on the Ethernet jack, but I have not plugged this into the network or anything. If you do plug it into your network and you want to go to Wi-Fi instead, they say you have to hold the reset button, the little white button here, for 10 seconds, and it should reset the entire thing. But now that I've gone ahead and scanned that, I'm gonna put my Wi-Fi password in, and hopefully it's ready to go. It'll take 30 to 120 seconds to make the connection. There you go, it said well done, it's connected to it. If I go ahead and hit play on it now, oh, it wants a username and a password. We've gone ahead and created that now, and looks like everything is working appropriately. Because I've got this moving, I've got it, you know, set up and hooked up and just moving it around. Hello up there. But up here you can see how much data it's using. It says 240 or so kilobytes per second. Down here you've got audio controls, you can listen and talk. Here you have a button to take photos. If I go ahead and hit that, it should take a, yeah, captured successfully. If I hit this button, it should start recording whatever's going on. Don't know if it'll, I guess it'll record with audio. Stop recording. What's this say? Zoom in, zoom out. Camera does not support this function. Oh, that's for the pan and tilt, which it's not doing. Zoom in, zoom out. Oh, it is zooming. There we go. Zoom back out. There's zoom in. As you can see that. Zoom back out. Very nice. Hit the X on that. It has a night and a day mode. Night vision is set to auto by default. Open. Oh, and it did change a little bit, so now it's black and white, and it has the little LEDs on that you can't really see. I can sort of see them here. That's strange. Change it back to auto. Goes back that way. It's nice that you can set the camera up and then change the zoom accordingly. Although I don't believe that it's actually a zoom lens. Anyway, let's go and see this. Image rotation, rotate horizontally or vertically. So if I wanted to, I could rotate, and I could rotate. So if you want, you can mount this sort of whatever way you want and make the image look however you want it to look. That's very nice. HD, you've got your image quality. You can set it all the way to HD or down to be smooth. So it'll look a little bit worse, but it'll be a lot faster to respond. I'm going to set it back to HD because I like the high quality. Keep saying fail to enable audio. I'm guessing again that's because I don't have the actual cables hooked up. And there's other buttons over here that don't appear to do anything, at least not for this camera. This is one app that works with a bunch of their cameras at least. There is an HDR option, that's very nice, as well as a scheduled night vision. You've got your connection information, the time setting for the camera. Right now it's set to the wrong time, synchronizing it to the smartphone. There you go. You've got WLAN with all of your Wi-Fi information. Scheduled night vision. You can tell it to go to night vision at a certain time if you want it to. I just noticed it gave me a motion detection alarm. Detected abnormal motion at 10:43. There you go. Some abnormal motion detection. If you go back out to your main My Camera window, up here you can see all of your notifications. Up here you can see all of your captured files. There's a picture, there's the video. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and install this outdoors. I may show you some video of the finished product once it's out there. And I'll try to go ahead and include some sample footage just so you can see how the video looks. It's supposed to be 1080p, so it should be high definition. So at this point, as you can see, I have installed the camera here in my garage on my little shelf setup over here. All it took was 2 screws, one in the bottom, one in the top. And it is very, very adjustable. It has a little Allen wrench screw where you can sort of adjust left to right and the angle of spin and everything. You do have to have that little hood on the top sticking straight up. Otherwise, the image itself will be rotated. But there you see, you got the Wi-Fi antenna in the back. You get the wire coming down off the side. And if I pull it back out and look down here, you can actually see the garage. Yeah, the goal of this for me was just to be able to see both the garage doors to make sure they're closed. My wife has a tendency to freak out a little bit when we leave, wondering if the garage doors are closed. Now, I did test this out on the road and I was not able to get to it from a cellular connection, so I'm gonna have to look around and see what I can do in order to be able to get to it. I think I have to set up the Dyn DNS service and open some ports and everything, but as it stands, as long as I'm on home Wi-Fi, maybe you can see it there. It does have a little bit of a delay, but I am waving at it. And if I step far enough back over here and zoom in, you can see that's me over there filming my phone. Yeah. So I mean, I think it definitely does get the job done. It's a nice way to have an outdoor camera that's completely wireless aside from just the power for a pretty reasonable price. Unfortunately, I did try connecting to this through my desktop. You're supposed to be able to connect to it through their web app as well as through their own website. But neither one, using the local IP or using their web interface, I wasn't able to get to it. Their browser plugins just did not want to work on Windows 10. So I may try it out on my Linux machine, but I think just for the time being, just to show sort of proof of concept, this is definitely getting the job done. It's having a bit of a weird time in terms of the night vision, because it's not dark in here. As you can see, the floor is clear, but I'd put it back onto auto and it's just completely black in here right now. So I'm gonna have to try it out again tomorrow and see if it gets any better. But when I set it to night vision and set it to open, here in just a second, it'll click over. And there you go, you can see the entire garage. Everything's clear, it's a nice wide angle lens. And in terms of the footprint, it's really not that big and not that imposing, not that in the way, but it does get the job done. And by the way, I'm back inside now. I turned off the garage light and you can see what night vision has come on. It is very, very dark in the garage and this is illuminating it quite well. But thanks again to Foscam for sending this out for a review. Thanks to you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up down below the video if you like this video. Subscribe to receive more videos when they become available, and I'll see you again next time.